Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Cyberpunk 2077. My name's Camel, and today I'm going to be showing you how you can get a full set of legendary fixer armor for free. It's a really banging set, and we'll be taking a look at it on both male V and female V, as it does look completely different depending on your character's sex. Now you can also get this right at the start of Act 2, if you so choose, which you can get to in the first few hours. You just need to have finished the heist mission, which means that all of the map is now opened up for you, so that you can get to all of the locations that we're going to be going to. Now if you are into this kind of stuff, tips and tricks, stuff like that, be sure to check out my other Cyberpunk videos. You can find those via the playlist link down in the description, along with checking out all of my social media links while you're down there. With that said, let's get out there and start collecting these pieces, and we'll be getting them in the most linear fashion that I can come up with, so that you have to travel as little as possible while getting these free legendary fixer armor pieces. So firstly, we'll be getting the fixer skirt slash fixer pants. For this, we'll need to come to the Cherry Blossom Markets here in Western Japantown. Now once we arrive here, we'll see the Cherry Blossom Markets and that big statue. We want to face the statue, then run towards it. Once we hit this cherry blossom tree, turn to the right and we'll be at Jig Jig Street. Now this is kind of like a red light district. Walk in here, and to the left there's that 18+ sign and an alleyway. We want to go down this alleyway and jump up onto the dumpsters. Then we want to make our way up onto the roof. Now we need to go all the way to the very rooftop of this building, so we just need to make our way up all these ramps, shed roofs, stairs and the like. So trot on up. Now once we hit this platform, there will be a yellow ladder. Just climb up that. Up here on the actual rooftop, we'll see this shed. We want to run inside the shed, where there will be a dead body on the inside. Now on him we can see that he's carrying the Protective Layer Fixer Skirt, legendary, for free. Now if you have a male V, this will be the Protective Layer Fixer Pants. And if you don't like the mod slots that's on your legendary piece, you can save the game before looking at the dead body, because the mod slots that are on the armor pieces is completely random as soon as you toggle over the dead body. So if you don't like what you got, you can just load back to the save and keep doing that until you get the mod slots that you want. Now for me, this had an armor of 37, and as we can see, it's got 3 mod slots, which again will be completely random each and every time you pick up any legendary. Now the skirt looks like this. It's kind of beige and it has this almost carbon fiber weave kind of texture to it. But sadly, well, whether you like it or not, you don't really get to see it when you wear the full set, because the outer body piece covers everything, but we'll get to that a little later on. Now on the male V, it looks like this. It's almost got like a fake snakeskin texture to it. Again, the similar beige color, but it's got this cool belt with a golden belt buckle, and there are also some, like, it's got golden pockets and this golden design above the knee. Now luckily, you get to see the pants when you do wear the full set, but again, only on male V, because the skirt gets covered up on female V for some reason. Next, we'll be getting the fixer pumps slash fixer shoes. For this, we'll need to come just down the road to Crescent and Broad's fast travel point in Japantown once again. Once here, we'll find ourselves on this street corner in the middle of the city. If we turn to the right, there's this big concrete pillar, and to the right of that, there is this big ramp that goes down into the ground, which, if you go all the way down into the garage, is actually where you do that first mission where you find the woman in the bathtub. But anyway, down on the ramp to the left, there is this crashed van. Inside the crashed van, the driver is carrying the legendary Elastiweave fixer pumps with reinforced seams, and there's nothing I love more than reinforced seams. And if you are playing the male V, you will get the Elastiweave fixer shoes with reinforced seams. Now the fixer pumps for me had an armor of 32.4, and they also came with this really handy legendary mod which increases crit chance by 15%, which is huge, and I'm very lucky, but I did get really unlucky with some of the other ones because I couldn't be bothered loading the save. So on female V, the fixer pumps are actually fixer heels, and they've got this kind of sleek, futuristic half shoe design. Again, they seem to have some kind of fake crocodile leather look to them. And on male V, we have something kind of similar, just some dress shoes that are white with this weirdly textured tongue section. Not too sure what that is, but also I'm not a fashion designer. Next up, we'll be grabbing the fixer bustier slash the fixer shirts. For this one, we'll need to head to the eastern edge of Haywood to the Skyline East fast travel point. Once here, if we look to the west, we will see this giant black building that's much taller than the others. We want to run to the right side of this, where there is a small alleyway. We just need to make our way down this alleyway. Now once we get to the people fighting, just run past them, and at these blue crates, turn to the right. Then we just need to make our way down here, past the steaming pipes, past the graffitiers, and then once here, turn to the left, and we will see there is a dead body underground. Now on this dead body, we can find the heat-resistant Aramid-Weave Fixer Bustier, as it's called, apparently according to Google. And of course, if you are on Male V, this will be the heat-resistant Aramid-Weave Fixer's shirt. Now for me, this had an armor of 103.9, which is very nice, and then some pretty mediocre mods. Now on Female V, this looks like a Bustier, which is kind of like a burlesque piece of clothing, oddly made of this kind of shiny black leather / latex material with a zip down the front, with some golden straps on the back. And you know, it's a nice piece of clothing, but it doesn't really fit with the rest of the motif with that kind of beige and gold look. So not too sure what's going on there, but just with the skirt on Female V, this will be covered up with the outer torso part of the set. Now on Male V, the Fixer shirt looks like this. It's pretty much all gold, and then towards the top it starts to fade to a bit more of black, and then it has short, completely black sleeves and a black collar. The gold part I really like because it's actually shiny and not just colored gold. It's actually got some kind of like goldish luminescence to it. So that's a pretty cool piece. And luckily, unlike Female V's version, you will be able to see this with the whole set on still. Next up though, we will be grabbing the Fixer glasses. Now for this, we'll need to come here on the map in the southwestern corner of the Santo Domingo region, just to the east of that big stadium. Now once we get here, we will see this yellow freight crane. We need to drive towards it, but then go on the left side between the crane and the building. Now if we keep driving, we'll see there is a crashed car with a body next to it. Now on this body is the legendary Polycarbonate Opti-Enhanced Fixer glasses. Now in name, they are the same for Male and Female V, but they do look different. On my character, it had an armor of 49.7 and no mod slots. So when you do it, make sure to keep reloading that save until you get some actual mods on yours, unlike me, the big dummy. Now rather curiously, on Female V, they are these kind of gold tinted / orange tinted aviators with gold metal, which I think look pretty schmick and suit the whole getup. However, on Male V, they look like this, a kind of white pair of thick-rimmed, hipsterish sunglasses with some kind of like carbon fiber arms, which I don't think look terrible, but they kind of look like, I don't know, something a surfer would wear, and not necessarily what a top-to-tail gold trim pimp-looking Fixer would be wearing. I don't think they're necessarily bad, I just think the Female V's version, the gold aviators, look way cooler and would suit this whole set much better than these do. And finally, we'll be getting the Fixer skirt with jacket / the Fixer coat. Now for this, we'll need to come to the southeastern section of Santo Domingo, where we can see this big blank field right here on the map next to my V. Now as we approach, we'll see a whole bunch of palm trees, and also this toppled Ferris wheel. Now this is where we actually need to go, to this Ferris wheel. So once you arrive, make your way past these shanties and towards the bottom of the Ferris wheel where it's still touching the ground. Now here we can find one of the Ferris wheel pods, where at the bottom there's a dead body, and next to the dead body inside a container, we can find the Trilayer Aramid-Weave Fixer skirt with jacket. Now on Male V, this will be the Trilayer Aramid-Weave Fixer coat. Now for me, this had an armor rating of 80.1 and some common mods. They weren't terrible, but they weren't anything amazing either. Now we'll do Male V first. So on Male V, the Fixer coat looks like this. It's got this kind of interesting off light blue kind of suede look, and then a brown on the sides and under the arms. Then it's got this huge collar with a strange kind of shiny vinyl greenish black color. And I feel like when I look at it piece by piece, I go, what the hell is this? But then as a whole, and with the rest of the set, I actually feel like it works. Looks kind of cool. Reminds me somewhat of Elder Maxon's coat from Fallout 4. Now, if we remember, Female V looks like this with the 4 pieces of the set, but then, once you put on the Fixer jacket and skirt, it completely overrides the actual skirt and the bustier with this. a slightly longer skirt that actually looks different. And despite it being called a skirt, I do believe that it's actually a dress. And if it's not a dress, it means that this skirt that comes with a jacket has a matching shirt under the jacket as well. Either way, this one piece completely overrides the actual skirt and the actual top that we got that go with the Fixer set. So as we can see, it's continuing on with that beige theme, and then on the sides we have this cool gold, which I actually think looks quite nice. The jacket is made of leather and has some interesting bits and pieces, more orange and kind of crimson. Now the plastic panel towards the bottom of the skirt or dress or whatever this is actually see-through and tinted with a similar color to the sunglasses, kind of gold orange. Overall though, I think it looks pretty pimpin'. It's kind of fun and playful but serious at the same time. Like, you could go clubbing, but you could also walk into an executive meeting with it. And I think that the male version also gives off that vibe. But anyway, there you have it. That is how you can get a full set of legendary Fixer armor in Cyberpunk 2077. Now, as far as I'm aware, and I did my research, there is no hat that goes with this set. So this is every piece that you can get in the Fixer set, which is kind of nice because then it just leaves the headpiece option open to your imagination, and you can put on whatever you like. So I do hope that I've helped you in getting your hands on free legendary armor, the Fixer set. Hopefully it's the set that the CD Projekt Red devs are putting on at the moment, because they need to fix some things. So be sure to let me know if you have found any other secrets or legendary pieces or iconic items, and again, be sure to check out my other Cyberpunk 2077 videos. You can find them via the playlist link down in the description. Now, down there in the old description, you can also find all of my social media links. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and if you'd like to support my channel in a more personal way, you can become a patron on Patreon or a sponsor of the channel right here on YouTube and become a member. As I'm sure you know, all of my time and energy goes into making these videos that I create for you to enjoy, so your support is most genuinely appreciated and welcomed in any and all forms. So thank you very much for watching, thank you for supporting my channel, and I will see you very shortly in the next video. I'll see you there soon.